Have you ever wondered what it would look like if someone stole your face? Zokix might be finding out soon. Zokix is a repeat attendee of the Bronze League Heroes. I remember casting him before, though I wouldn't exactly say that I remember his playstyle. Steal Your Face, that's a new one though. And he's an orc player in the green, 950 MMR in the top left. In the bottom right in the red, we've got Zokix as a human player. A quick little pause. We do not know how or why, but I can speed it up a bit. I know these games are quote-unquote live, but there is a small delay implemented by the system of W3 champions in order to avoid blatant cheating. A 180-second delay has been instated. Plus, there's a list of finished and recently started games, and altogether that makes it more easy for me to jump into games, for anyone to jump into games and watch. So you don't know how many minutes you're behind live, but it's pretty much pseudo live. So this is happening. This game is not yet concluded. All right, let's watch.
Please more bronze commentary in future. Honestly, god tier content.
Thanks, Seastone. It's very cool, right? So let's see. Zokix doing some long distance mining. There's a couple of reasons why he might have chosen this tree in particular instead of the tree that's nearly twice as close. It might be that he's looking to dig deep and build a secret proxy griffin aviary right here. Or he may just have chosen an arbitrary tree, not fully making himself aware of the potential efficiency of mining from the two closest trees or the two next closest trees. Lumber mill is going to come out, which will make the proximity to drop off lumber much more near, much closer. However, as it's being built, ironically, it is blocking optimal peasant walkback path, which was already really far. So initially, it's going to actually delay lumber income, and then eventually, it's going to help. To me, that feels like a Munchauser by proxy lumber mill. He's making the economy sick to prove its own worth afterwards by helping them. I think that's a pretty sick move. Here on the other side, Steal Your Face is doing a 1 burrow opener with 4 peons in gold. But he has recognized the deficiency because W3 Champions actually has a little overlay that says 5 out of 5. Which is a nice thing that I think Battle.net and Blizzard should also embrace. Farseer could have done a creep steal here. Zokix is creeping this camp somewhat inefficiently. And Farseer could just hit the Archmage, but he's trying to steal the Trapper and he... Oh my god, I love it! I love it! Zokix was selling that so well. I call that drunken boxing. So Farseer is like, you're gonna hit that creep, aren't you? You're gonna hit it, I'm gonna steal it from you, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna dance. Archmage's just like, no, I'm just gonna hit the other creep, the one that's really healthy. And Farseer's like, oh, so you're not gonna do anything if I hit this creep once? No reaction. I guess the Archmage is AFK. I'm just gonna hit it twice more. And then he hits it, suddenly Archmage is like, reverse Uno! And last hits it. Using Farseer's own power against himself. Some Penchak Silat style here. Some Aikido. Using the enemy's force against you. Zokix may have lost out in creeping when Farseer wasn't there, but he sure manipulated Steal Your Face to finish the job for him while still claiming all the experience. So, what Steal Your Face is gonna do?
Forces are under attack.
War Mill. He's got optimal lumber count peons, 7. Made a full wall off here to his own detriment, most likely. And he's gonna creep this Furbolg Shaman camp. Killing the Timberwolves first, which do not receive rejuvenation from the Shaman. Once those are gone, he's gonna deal with the Shaman, which will rejuvenate itself. And unless he resummons wolves, it's actually nearly going to reach equilibrium point where he won't kill it on time. I hope he's gonna notice and resummon, because look, there's the rejuvenate. That's gonna take a while. And he's losing the second wolf, where it will almost completely be equilibrium point. But he just got the kill before the wolf died. So it's very lucky for him. I think it should be wyverns, and I think it will be wyverns. And in fact, pretty nice location for the bestiary, right? Not easy to be cancelled. He could make a second one here. It's gonna be Torrent Chieftain. There should be a second bestiary. And for once, for one of the first times, I see a bronze orc player go for wyverns without first going headhunters. Which, by the way, isn't good to do anyway. But they all do it, except steal your face. So I think it's gonna be wyverns. He's got his burrows ready, he's saving up money. What is Zokix doing? Zokix has a 1 gap opening, so he can escape. We saw that before. It's a tech, lumber mill. Very slow tech. Extremely slow tech. About 1.5 minutes late. He's barely done any creeping recently, and he's still working with formation, which means he doesn't watch my videos or streams, which is fine. There's only 2 kinds of people in the world. People that watch Bronze League Heroes of Warcraft 3 and those that don't. And I don't judge you any differently whether you do or don't. But if you do want to watch it more, you should hit that sub button if you haven't yet. I saw that 0.001% of people that watch Follow Grubby on YouTube are not subscribed. Let's change that right now. So it's not actually going to be wyverns, it's raiders. Raiders are slightly harder to use, but they're pretty good at base raiding, and I enjoy a good raider production. He's made 1, no ensnare upgrade yet, which means he can't ensnare any of these units yet. How do you move without formation? Press Alt plus F. It changes this one. You want to have them scrambled. Or at least you should want it. Ensnare upgrade is coming. No pillage or warmo upgrades yet. He's going to make 2nd bestiary again. And I think he still has peons in the burrows, right? Yep. Now, if this was the ancient RTS Beasts and Bumpkins, which is a kind of civilization-style management game, when workers go into the place where they rest, babies come out. And that's how to grow your town. The more villages you make, the more babies get made. But I don't think he's going to get more peons by putting these in here. Plus, orc peons are all male. He's got 2 per burrow in, which in a way makes sense, but not enough. Not enough. He uses his final crystal ball charge, which is now a consumable, no longer a permanent, to check Zokix's base. He sees tier 2, not much else, sees a blacksmith, which generally means rifleman. Mountain King is in production, and there's going to be a sanctum. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I have noticed that bronze players are impatient. So they make everything with power build. But then when it finishes, they don't use it. Which means they didn't need to power build it, but it felt good seeing it being built faster anyway. And unlike in Age of Empires 4, you pay an extra percentage of cost power building things. It's not just the opportunity cost of the worker that's now not gathering lumber. You actually pay money and lumber to get things built faster. Let's see. Rifleman is going to be coming out. There's a tier 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
Sanctum is idle. It was power built to be 20 seconds faster. 10-20 seconds. He needs priests. He's currently too busy creeping, though I do like his ability to take his footmen away this time and send them home and safe. Except they came back because he has regen scroll. Scourge bone gems, nice. Sanctum is still idle, which means he shouldn't have power built it, right? And Steal Your Face went for double bestiary raiders, which is normally a timing attack strategy. You use raiders to kill buildings, engage in map control, and make a lot of units. But he is going tier 3 and creeping, which is not usually how you want to use raiders. You want to be aggressive. Does get a cool cancel on the regeneration scroll there. I wonder if that's going to piss off Zokix enough to buy another regen scroll. Because this feels bad, no? 1 unit hurt, you gotta stay here and heal it. No. So, Zokix has made a 2nd Sanctum, and that's the only one he's using. Not this one. 1 peasant mining far, presumably to be an early scout, a harbinger of news. He's extremely supply blocked, so he's gone tier 3 because of the excess money. And he's getting Iron Forged Sword upgrade to improve the attack damage for, I would imagine, knights. I think this is going to be knights. Both just kind of creeping. A 4th burrow comes out for Steal Your Face. and they take their camps. And this is a lot of what Warcraft 3 is often. You try to choose a good creep route, deal with the creeps, deconstruct their AI, do it efficiently, tank with the right thing, damage them, level up, increase the power of your heroes. And this is essentially a single player gameplay experience. Less single player than something like back in 2003-4, there were racing games at esports tournaments that also had Warcraft esports. I don't remember all their names, but there were a bunch of different games. And in some of those games, the cars could not collide with each other. So you're just ghosting through each other. And it's a race, but it's not like in Mario Party or Wacky Wheels or something where you can throw banana skins and disrupt their race. You can't bump each other like in bumper cars. You're literally just doing your own thing, and it happens to be on the same map at the same time, but you ghost through each other. So you're literally playing a single player game, esports. And I explained that once to one of the players, which I'm sure they really appreciated. That level of elitism from a much harder game Warcraft 3 player. Right? But then they said, well, there's still a multiplayer component because of the psychology. Like, yeah, of course. If I run a marathon and you're going to do one tomorrow, there's still there's still the idea of like, I hope I beat his time. Yeah, but it's at the same time, so if they're ahead of you, yeah. But like, you're not really playing multiplayer though. You're just comparing high scores. Anyway, I really showed that guy, didn't I? And that's kind of what they're doing here for the most part, except creeping is still a zero-sum game. They may not be interacting much with each other, but they are aware, at least vaguely, that if they take a creep camp, the opponent cannot, and vice versa. So although they're mostly passively building up their own power level and strength, and of course power building with 2 peasants every time, even though you bloody well know you're not going to use it when it finishes. Sorry. You know, I would make inner fire on the one in the back, because he already lost it once though. But yeah, he is using it. Good, very good. And knights, I love it. Inner fire knights are amazing. And they destroy raiders. Now, with all these raiders, you better hope the orc has pillage, right? And he does. Barracks is one of the least worthy buildings to kill with pillage. It has high health and low cost. Basically, how much money you get from pillage? Exactly half of the building's cost. You don't steal it from the enemy's treasury, but you steal it from the previous investment of having made that barracks. Right? So, the lower health a building has, the higher percent of damage. Oh my god! Nice deny by Steal Your Face. That's a high level maneuver I did not expect to see. 6 beyond Great Hole distance, I think. A little bit too far. But an expansion is still good. Raiders cannot beat knights. But yeah, anyway, the lower health a building is, the more percentage damage your hits do, therefore the more money per hit you get. So the most worth it pillage building is the castle, as it has the combined cost of all of its evolutionary stages. It combines the cost of town hall, keep, and castle, and that's the percentage of resources you get from it. Of course, it has more health, but it has more cost than health, relatively speaking. The next most worth it buildings to kill are Altar and Arcane Vault. Arcane Vault because it's very fragile, and Altar because it's very expensive comparatively to how much health it has. The least worth it are Lumber Mill and Blacksmith and Barracks. And farms are kind of in between. Farms, I guess, are not super worth it either. Sanctums are great to kill, workshops are great to kill. And besides pillage value, it's like, what are you denying? What are you preventing an opponent from using? And if I was going mass raiders as a sustainable army, which is how Steal Your Face is using them, he's essentially using them like grunts with speed and control and building killing power. Not as a timing unit, but just as a staple unit.
Are under attack.
I would want to deny barracks as well, because those represent knights. And the Inner Fire Knights cannot die to Shockwave Chain Lightning Raiders. You're going to need Kodos for that, maybe Torrents. And he is working on that. Steal Your Face has a Torrent Totem. I would say the optimal way... Because I always think it's cool to talk about what could be optimal now. From this point on, the optimal way for Steal Your Face to play would be to buy a Goblin Shredder and then go triple Totem Torrents. that would absolutely destroy what Zokix is doing. It's a level of exaggeration you don't often see. As for Zokix, the optimal way for him to play: 1 Arcane, 2-3 guard towers, attack main. He has an insanely stronger army, even now. He's playing with a level of timidness that does not befit his current power level. His army is so much higher quality than all these raiders. But raiders represent a base trade risk. So, towering up, getting masonry upgrades, that would be ideal. I'd say like farm here, guard, guard, arcane, guard, guard. Like 4 towers and a farm. That's gonna hold off Steal Your Face. And then you try to either fight him straight up his army. Oh my god, it's wyverns. Or you kill his base and attack it early. Because he's up against an expansion now as well. And there's mass wyverns coming, which is a little bit less scary because there are 2 riflemen without a range upgrade. And there's water elementals if he uses them, because he's full mana right now. He may not, but if he does. And there's inner fire. And I don't think he has Envenomed Spear upgrade yet. Yeah, he doesn't. So he sees that army and he gets a little afraid. And don't worry, currently there's not enough population to support more wyverns. He's got 4 in production, but he only has pop for 1. So basically 5 wyverns. You can deal with 5 wyverns with this army, no problem. So at the moment, Zokix is stronger. He's at 74 population with knights and inner fire, animal war training. No range on rifles yet, and he's not getting it either, but more knights. He's way stronger. He needs to keep up the pressure right here. And I would love if he just took 2 peasants and built a town hall now. During this. Farseer in front. Does not have TP. In fact, has no space for a TP. He quickly needs to sell a heal solve, buy TP. But that's way too many actions. Way too frantic. Way too scary. He did not have time for that. A single water elemental is trapping Steal Your Face in his base. His own base is working against him. It's that wall-off that I talked about, right? That double burrow Wormhole wall-off is never something I would like to do against human. The chances that you hide behind your base and you want freedom of movement around your own gold mine are way higher than it will ever be a productive obstruction against an opponent. Because this is how human fights. They have range, they attack from in front, they don't dive deep. At least, I say that, but he is diving deep. With 2-1 upgraded footman, there's a town portal out to the expansion, which also reveals that there is an expansion. But accidentally, he also pulled all of his gold peons because they were not on the mining command. Only mining command peons will not go with the TP, but because they were just kind of like accidentally grouped, he now no longer is defending in his burrows or indeed is not mining. He's gonna base trade. He's just gonna dip and base trade. And because he has pillage, that's totally the right call. While Zokix is killing lots of things, including a bunch of burrows and a bunch of other things, and he may get this wyvern, which is probably not going to get controlled. He's actually killing the altar because he doesn't want Farseer to come back. He's now forced to TP because he doesn't want to base trade. This knight will remain, which is good. This knight could kill this tower and, you know, prevent mining, but he will die to the Wind Riders. Knight will run home. A devastating attack by Zokix. And this is why I said your army is so much stronger. Build 5 towers now, then you don't even have to go home. Because he didn't do it, he's going to be stuck in the yo-yo effect of running home, TPing every time there's a base trade. But he's building his 5th and 6th unit production buildings. Double workshop. This may actually be the guy that made 7 unit production buildings. This seems very familiar. Nice kill on the Mountain King there. Bolt. Mountain King kills the Shadow Hunter. I mean, of course, kill on the Shadow by the Mountain King. Farseer could have been remade, but isn't. So it's just TC Raiders and a lot of Wind Riders now. Does he have any upgrades? Yeah, he's got that armor upgrade. He's gonna lose his other mining. Oh no. Steal Your Face is not going to have any mining anymore. He could have started mining in his base, but it's hectic. He's trying to think on his feet. Doing counterattacks. Running away from a superior army. Going for another base trade with Town Portal. He's actually looking to kill the expansion, then realizes there is no expansion. What? What? I will say, Siege engines are the GOAT against Wind Riders. But they're not the GOAT against Raiders. So I really expected flying machines here. I guess he's making them both to counter Wyverns and also to kill bases. Since it is a base trade. No town portal. He's gonna buy one. Can he get back on time? He needs to repair with more. You've got more peasants. No, it's too late. The TP is gonna get cancelled even. Oh. And we have Steal Your Face TPing out, which is actually not necessary. You could have just stayed and killed every single peasant. Bronze players never spend their resources, so you can bet you're behind that Zokix is gonna have enough money to make a base again. But this could have all been prevented if he had some more towers and then target fired the Wind Riders. But because of the town portal, funnily enough, this actually opens a window for Zokix. Kill the shop before he buys a TP, and he cannot get out. Drums in the deep. He currently has enough money for a TP, but if you kill the shop... Or you can just try to focus the TC. This breaker could do a surround. Kill the shop. Kill the shop. Yes! Okay, he's stuck. It's an all-in now. Breaker's getting extremely brave about things here. Mountain King getting focused. Has a lot of items. He does have Invis upgrade? No, no Invis upgrade. No, 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 don't kill Burrow! Your Mountain King is dying! Run! No, he's blocking himself! No! Mountain King, no! Clap, clap! Clap! No, he's just gonna... Oh, he kills the TC! Oh, not yet, not yet. Invulnerability potion on 10 HP. But I still think Zokix wins. The siege engines are here. He's winning. He's killing the TC. He's not remaking... Oh my god, you absolute madman. He's not remade his town hall. Why? What? He knows it's not about mining anymore. It's a base trade. He's fully accepting the madness of a base trade. Of course, he could do some long distance mining, but this is mad. He's been in this situation before. Zokix, a tried and true veteran. Money? No. Restored to normalcy? No. Siege engines, all in, and a ninja town hall to prevent getting surrounded. That was genius. He did exactly the right play. Even the siege engines were so much better than Flying Machine. He all in, hit him, hit Steal Your Face when he was weak. Steal Your Face made a judgment error, TPing away from what he thought was going to be an Archmage Mountain King TPing in. But he was going to kill the castle before the TP completed. I knew that. He didn't know that, so he TPs out and ironically ninjas himself into the back of his own base. When he could have just stayed, forced the human to come home, then go home, and he would have bought himself a lot more time. Oh, and he forgot to make his forest here as well. Insane, dude! With 2 rifles, Zokix was able to win against 10 Wind Riders with Venom by playing his cards right. Playing to his strengths. Awesome. GG.